Facebook as well. So have you put it on Discord, or shall I put it on Discord?
Hello, guys. My name is Daniel. Welcome to the show. We have three esteemed guests here. We have Taps Trades, Wannabe Champ FX, and Hello K. We'll be talking about a couple of different things, but we'll start off with just kind of getting to know each other. We'll talk about some Ecomi related things, and then we'll take some questions from the audience. So please have those ready there. So thank you, guys.
I'm just sharing this on Discord.
Yeah, I've just got the.
We got about 40 people already. That's pretty impressive. Oh, there's
wow! Hey everyone,
David
Rosen's mom.
Oh, David Rosen's mom's in it.
The real.
About 40 people
real
already.
OG is here.
Pretty impressive. Oh, there's
Wow! Hey everyone,
David
Rosen's mom.
Oh,
Yeah,
David
Shaq
Rosen.
in the house.
Sorry, I realized I had that playing in the background.
Yeah, we got some feedback there, but that's okay. That's okay.
I'm just doing this head bobbing for the restance of Taps.
Oh, the
meme.
man! I need to get him to actually like try to do that with me on the next
Yeah,
interview
that
with him.
was sick.
Oh, Shaq's in the chat. You know the meme masters competition. They're on the semi-finals. Like Shaq didn't make it, so he shared his meme anyway. Like it was so epic. He got the Green Demons, the Victorian bitter one, the beer with Reese. That just cracked me up.
Look at this troll, Vitalik's trolling.
Was that the one where like there's like a dinosaur and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Reese
Peanut butter cup.
like,
Yeah.
dinosaur.
Look at what the Randy just.
Randy Chavez.
Randy hooked you
Hey,
up.
Randy. He's
Just
the
$5, dude.
guy who sold his Pokemon cards for Omi.
You can't see me.
Yeah, it's like, why do you want John Cena to be a collectible? You're not gonna be able to see it.
I like that one.
Oh, they could actually have wrestling. Mattel has licenses for wrestling, so if they kind of do it through, like, I guess if they can get Mattel and Mattel has WWE, then they shouldn't have much of an issue getting WWE because I'm sure David Yu kind of like has connections through there.
Jeremy
So they could
Padower.
actually get John Cena.
Jeremy Padower is the like global toy licenser for WCAW or WWF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that
all
guy
these
has
different-
like licenses for so many different toy brands. It's insane.
Does he have
Hey.
quite a few? I thought he just had like some of the big ones. No.
Look at his LinkedIn. Look.
Okay. Did you share it on Facebook, by the way? If not, I'm going to do it.
Oh, people asking which channel it's on. I'll just say it's on Dan's.
So Jeremy Padower has the global master license. Global master license toy partner of Pokemon, Fortnite, Halo, Roblox, Peppa
Whoa.
Pig, Cabbage
Wow.
Patch Kids, Micro Machines, Teddy Ruxpin, some other stuff I don't know. And then it says key partnerships with Crayola, Nickelodeon, Disney, Microsoft, Google, Hasbro, and more.
Gosh, that's like everything.
Yeah, exactly. He's Mr. Toys next to Alcon.
Oh, we've got quite a few people actually. Eric,
we got
Michael,
90 right now.
I think that's Tuke Skywalker, and then Raph Hawk's in there.
All right, guys. I was just thinking maybe we can take some softball type questions. Maybe we can have Wannabe start.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what do you do professionally? If you're okay with answering that, and what got you into Omi and this Veve universe?
I want to troll and say, you can hear me okay, right? Just
Yeah. We can hear
Because my
you.
mic's cutting in and out because I'm on the laptop today. I want to troll and say I'm Kay's. He's got his KFC already. I'm Kay's videographer for his OnlyFans. So Kay pays me an annual salary. That's my professional job. No, I'm actually a forex trader professionally, and I have my own business. I have a few business. That's eating. That's eating as well.
Adam has donated to you $20.
Holy cow!
Thank you,
Wow.
Adam. When 12:10 announcement that you'll tell us e-commerce. Told you.
Wait, so Daniel, you know who Adam is now, right?
Is that McBlock? Like
Oh, you found
blockchain
out his
McBlock or
alias.
You guys
whatever?
can't dox him on the chat.
Yeah. Oh, you could have just said yeah. Yeah, like toxins.
Savage.
Well, I messed up his name, but I always thought that was like an old 60-year-old man.
I mean,
guess
he has
that's
he has many forms and many shapes.
For some reason, the image in my head was just a 60-year-old man, but I guess that's not. And I was just too embarrassed to ask him. You know, I didn't want to ask him that. But well, now I know.
Take donations away.
Yeah, he's gonna take his
So he said
donation
when
away.
big 12 out of 10 announcement. So what's the 12 out of 10 announcement, Champ?
K is going to become an OnlyFans NFT. That will be. I would buy that. I think.
Is it just him like naked in a DeLorean eating chicken?
Oh, dear, Taz. With his 4 DeLoreans and then everyone snitching on him.
Why am I the only one mukbanging?
Oh, sorry.
I've got my I've got
food.
mine, but it's downstairs. I actually got KFC just for today as well. It's all because of your intro that you made, man. I actually thought that was hilarious. The way they were smacking your lips on those chicken made me want chicken.
Actually, funny story. I just came back from work. I was starving. I did a 12-hour shift, and that was actually me enjoying that chicken. You know, I just filmed it and just went with it. You know,
I can tell you enjoyed that. You were eating that like a boss.
For,
The way
for,
you
the,
were smacking them lips, I was like, oh, I need some KFC now.
for those on the chat, do you want to give a very high explanation of what a mukbang is, Daniel?
you know. Actually, I don't think I'd do a good job doing that. Let's just give that. I'll pass it to Hello K.
Okay, so today we're doing a mukbang, which is basically we have a conversation with the people on the chat whilst enjoying food. So the point is, that's why we have food today, and also because it's dinner time for me. But it's mainly because we're like, hey, let's do a mukbang, get some food, ideally KFC, and take some questions, do some discussions. But there were also some talking points we want to talk about some pretty cool stuff that's upcoming. So we know we had the Mondo announcement earlier, and that's something that we were speculating on before because the Mondo guy, he was on that Clubhouse with us and Frank Kozik a few weeks ago, and we were like, hey, the Mondo guy is in the AMA with us. They must be doing something with Veve, and now they've kind of unveiled it today, like literally an hour ago.
Right, back on that. I want to answer Daniel's question now. So basically, on all seriousness, I actually have a forex trading group and a fund and a trading floor that I'm creating. I've got a property business as well, and we do a few other investments as well. So like I invest in businesses, I'm trying to turn them around. What else have we got going on? We've got partnerships, and also in terms of the trading floor itself, we're trying to open a proprietary trading floor as well with part of that. So that's kind of like a little snippet of what I do. In terms of getting into Omi, it was actually our trading group. So Kay, I think Paul, right? Paul got us into it, both of us.
Yeah. Someone from our trading group got us into it.
Yeah, so in our trading group,
Really?
Paul actually mentioned about Omi, and then as Kay does, he gets emotionally involved. He researched it, and then he got into it. And we talk quite often, so he was telling me all about all these good things that Omi was doing, and I started researching it, and then we started bouncing ideas, and then started finding that not only is it a great project, it's a great community, and then one thing led to another. I think it's just because what kept me in Omi overall is, yeah, obviously the partnerships and all that kind of stuff is more so K, because we're making videos together, we're creating content together, the Omi homies, the community, I guess, going back on last week, right, and doing like this stream with you four as well, get to meet you guys. So I was thinking like, what's up?
I was going to say quite recently, so a lot of people watch Coin Bureau. You were hanging out with Coin Bureau quite recently.
Yeah, so fun fact, Coin Bureau is actually a partner of mine. So, well,
Wow.
Indirect partner, I guess. They've got nothing really to do with the WChamp brand, but I know the owners and obviously Guy and everything like that. So we work with them. Trying not to give away too much information, but yeah, basically we work with them. It's a long story short.
So if you're in London, Dan might be doing a seminar, and we can try and get Coin Bureau down, and then you can show them all your shitcoin projects, and then maybe Coin Bureau will talk about it in a video.
Yeah, mate, okay.
So come to Wannabe Champ seminar in London.
This
and then
is
you
what I have
can
to deal
show
with.
your Shiba Inu coins to Coin Bureau.
How much quid do I need for it?
Taps, don't get involved with this K, man. Like, see what I mean? With YouTube, K is perceived as people like, hey guys, software engineer K here, back with another Ecomi video, and my chicken wing and KFC. And then people think you're like this calm, intelligent guy, but if anything, you're probably the biggest troll and the most annoying slap in the world. But he's a good mate anyway. But yeah, Coin Bureau, they're just a partner of ours. And that's how I got into Omi and staying in them. And they actually believe they know of Omi and they know of the NFT as well. But they are very, very, very intelligent bunch. Just as a prime example, the content that they give out, one thing I love about it is it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys watch Coin Bureau much or whatnot, but it's a very neutral, you know, like a neutral perspective. It's not like Bitcoin's this, that, and the other. It's the best, it's utility, the banks, whatever, right? Like there's no bias, there's no positive, there's no negative. It's just facts on facts on facts. Which I think is very educational. And they also, again, I know, and not trying to give away too much information, they do, just like us, right? They get offered so many shit coins, but they turn them away because they pride themselves in their community. And I highly respect that as well.
You know what's interesting is Reese and Dan, they weren't aware that Coin Bureau had written an article about Ecomi like a few months ago. And when I shared it with Reese, he was like, wow, this is actually really detailed. They know a lot about us, but they haven't done a video. They've only done an article. So
I won't do a video unless they pay for it, potentially, I reckon. I guess.
But
because
that's the thing. When BitBoy did a video, so this is an interesting fact for those who are watching. You might remember that BitBoy Crypto, he did a video on Omi. The team, Ecomi, had not commissioned that video. They don't know who commissioned that video.
I caught that during
So
the
it must
AMA.
have been like a fan of Omi who's like, hey, let me like put in some of my own cash and get BitBoy Crypto to talk about Omi. So that was quite interesting. So, you know, who knows? Maybe someone could ask Coin Bureau to do it. That's not associated with Ecomi.
I could ask them later down the line, but yeah, again, there's a fine line there. But like, anyway, back to BitBoy's one as well. He may have made that video, but that video wasn't even like, that was more of a shout out than an actually.
It wasn't very detailed. I didn't really care for his video at all. If Guy did one, it would be so, like, every single video that Guy does is, like you said, very intelligent, very in depth. Like they're usually 20 to 25 minutes, and I would love to see him do a video. But
so the way they structure their videos is as well, is they put like endless time into their videos to have a script. And obviously, if you watch it, they've got the green screen and all that. Oh, by the way, that'll be in my vlog.
Are you going to phase into focus now on your videos, just like how he does?
And they gave me a T-shirt. Wait, I have to show you the T-shirt.
Oh, the Coin Bureau T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a little souvenir. Ta-da! Shout out to Coin Bureau. It's quite nice.
That's cool. Nice. That's really cool.
Oh, it's got like the Bitcoin logo in like this.
Yeah, can you see it? It's kind of like phased in. I should probably wear that.
Get him to do an Omi one.
Yeah, so no, I've asked them about it. They believe they've actually got their own NFT as well. So they've got NFT of Guy, and that will they will get royalty off of that as well. So which is pretty cool. But they're going into like how they structure their videos as well. It's not like, I believe that all the Omi people go into theirs, but they put hours and hours and like even weeks before, and they make their content beforehand. So before they do that, it's not like how we do, like, okay, Comic-Con's available, then we'll make the video today and tomorrow about it. They have all the information collated. There's a huge script. And even though it may be just a 25-minute video, if you think about the backlog of the hours of the scriptures, the filming and all that kind of stuff that goes into each individual video with their whole team is very, very, very significant. So they have a very amazing setup, and that's why they are, I dare to say, obviously the #1 crypto YouTube out there. They've overtaken Mr. whatever his name is.
They overtook BitBoy?
Yeah.
All right, good. That's well deserved.
Yeah, I agree as well, massively. So yeah, I'll pass the baton on to Taps. The question goes to you next.
What was the question?
Your kind of career life. Basically what Dan said, but your version.
Got it.
We've got into Omi and work.
So I can't say who I work for yet, but I've been in tech and in sales for a long period of time, and then moved into basically consulting advisory with emerging tech companies. So I'm in the Bay Area. I work directly with roughly about 20 companies, and they're all basically small to large startups, and I work with them on what their growth strategies are and product road mapping, and basically on advising how they can differentiate the products. And it's very much like a consulting job. I love it because it allows me to kind of see a lot of emerging technology when it's happening. So I can't ever say who my clients are, but I may have one or two in crypto. I may have one in augmented reality. And that's where I get, some of my behind the scenes knowledge ahead of time. And then why I try to like throw it in my vids without saying one of my clients, might have some knowledge around this. So, yeah, and Shaq says, I work for Ecomi, confirmed.
He works for Ecomi, confirmed.
Yep, you heard it here first. Definitely not. That's not a 12 out of 10 announcement anyways.
Just some of the comments, which I thought was funny. Kay is the type of guy to go into a nightclub with a suit on. And then Tap's background gives me the vibe of the guy at GNC about to sell me the newest. Do you know what, Taps? There's no offense, mate, but I totally get that. Like the vibe you've got, except for it's probably whiskey is probably more viable to your setting.
I mean, that sounds about right. I just get a vision of Hello K walking into a nightclub now and like walking all like sly on a suit, and then he just comes up and like some girls like check him out, and he just pulls a chicken wing out and just lunges on it.
He would just start b-boying as well with a chicken.
Oh, that's true.
You know what's funny? So the girl that won the Ghostbusters competition that they did. She got the Slimer, like the really low mint one, 41. So she lives in London, and she went to the clubbing event that Dan used to organize. And I used to go to that event as well. And I didn't wear a suit, but I would wear like a nicer shirt and like like dress not like I am right now.
I used to wear the tightest t-shirts until my blood circulation cut out.
We did actually like b-boy a couple of times when people like got hyped up. We're like, oh, whatever. Had like some drinks. Other people were here as well. That was quite fun.
You wearing like a black shirt and a red tie. So you just need a blazer and then it's a suit.
Yeah.
So whoever wrote that comment, Kay is the type of guy to go to a nightclub in a suit.
Look at this comment here. It's really rude to eat in front of the camera. Just saying.
Oh,
depends. It depends what culture you're from, right? So I think Asian people do this all the time.
I'm gonna go get some food just to eat in front of the camera now. I got my KFC just for today.
Imagine if you're like doing a mukbang and then someone comes in and says that.
There was a super chat this guy mentioned a while back. He said, I would like to represent Veve at the Dover Comic-Con in August. Is it possible to ask you guys, the Reese or Dan, about it?
Okay.
Where's Dover Comic-Con?
Yeah, where's Dover? Is that in America or the UK Dover?
Sounds like Canada.
Basically, Dan, no, it was Dave. Dave, you said that they've got a roadmap for Comic Cons and they want to hit as many as they can. But I think if they do send someone, it might be Reese, just from like conversations with him. Because he did say, hey, if they pay for my flights, I'm happy to like come down. Because it'd be quick if he came down to London.
It's in Delaware, yeah. So I think, especially with them, like, I mean, you look at their time like that they have available, it's pretty minimal. Any event they're going to do, they have to think about how massive it's going to reach, right? Like how big the audience is going to be. So I don't know how big the Dover Delaware Con is, but they're probably going to be targeting like other larger ones. Just my thinking, but I've never heard of
Dover.
Randy says we should all be eating at the same time.
Yeah, I was too hungry. I'll go get a.
You did the mukbang before the mukbang.
No, I know. I just thought the bend over was funny. Oh, actually, this is speaking of topic. How cool would it be if we got if when they do like a Comic-Con event and they get all of us YouTubers to go over to it? That'll be sick. So all of us are like literally all in one place. Every single Ecomi like YouTuber. I think that would be absolutely awesome. if they can do something like that anyway.
Isn't there going to be another con in England? Did you say something about that, Kay? In like October or something?
So they've got so MCM Comic Con is the one they do in London. It's like the largest one in Europe.
Yeah.
And they're making it in person for this year for October because it should be fine. And the sales for that start tomorrow for like really early entry. But then on the 27th of July is when they're going to open up to everyone. So I'm going to get a ticket. I'm going to be going. I think what might be cool is
when is it?
Because there are quite a few London only people. If we do like a Comic-Con meet, that would be pretty cool.
Okay, when is
it's
it
going to be October the 22nd, I think. It's like across 3 days, but it'll be around about that week, October the 20 something.
Let's do it. Let's organize a 22nd. Let me put that in my calendar. Let's do a meetup then. I'll come stay down in London for 2 days.
Comic-Con meetup. That'll be pretty cool. So
how big is your couch, Kay?
How big is my what? Oh,
your couch.
My couch. No, probably not enough for everyone. Yeah, so if anyone's in the chat, if they live in London, we'll probably do a Veve Comic-Con meetup. MCM London.
Date again.
When is that going to be?
So what?
When is that going to be?
October, so the 20-something of October.
Isn't the the second San Diego Comic-Con in October, November?
Right.
The actual
I think they all kind of occur around about the same period because the MCM in London, that was because it happens twice a year. They couldn't do it this year during the kind of summer, springtime because of COVID, but they've released ticket sales for autumn because it should be okay by then. I mean, they've literally lifted all COVID restrictions yesterday, and the cases for COVID have been like rising like crazy. Even the deaths.
Yeah, it's all the variant stuff. So I'm wondering if things will start shutting back down, especially on your guys' side of the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the San Diego in-person one is November 26th to the 28th. So if that one's actually going to stay open, then I'll be going to that. I'm going to see if Randy and the Comic Way want to hang out and head down there with me.
Oh, that'd be sick, man. That'd be so cool. I just think it'll be so cool whenever they do like a bigger one and then everyone can go to, like all of us, an international one. If like Omi could do some sort of big massive one.
Ecomi Con's going to be a thing. Like it's just a matter of time, right? So probably like 2022, but
yeah,
I mean,
they've got two people doing the events already. Like I spoke to some of them, but I just don't know how big they're going to make it, if that makes sense. Because
I've got a question for the chat. Leave a comment if you know where this is from.
This guy, bro.
Leave a comment if you remember what video this is from.
Mate, you got so much hate on that. Mate, Randy doing it again. We gave you another.
Randy says 20-cent Omi party in NYC. I think he's he's a big Omi whale. He's got 80 million some odd Omi, so I think he's taken it upon himself to organize the 20-cent Omi party.
Someone says I'm eating fried Shibas, Mehdi.
20 cents. 20 cents. We can go New York. You want it, Kay? Let's go.
Oh, I believe got it. Yeah, let's do. If it's 20 cents, then yeah, definitely.
Oh, by the way, if we do that on, just remind me, if we do it in London, we can use one of the offices I have in London as a meetup.
How big is that office?
We've got, because it's open space, so we could potentially look at it. Anywhere between like, it really depends. If we've got 10 people, we'll do 10. If it does 50, we'll do 50. If it's like 100, then probably gonna have to do like a venue or something instead. Yeah.
Oh, Adam donated another $20 to you.
Adam's a big spender, man. 10 cent is Vegas. I'm actually partial to Vegas, man. I really would like a meetup in Vegas. I just think it's a great place to hang out.
And it's close to us.
Is it?
That too. It's like a.
I'm just worried I'd spend on my
both
money.
West Coasters.
Well, Vegas is good, and then even London's good too.
Yeah. Wait. Why is everyone giving this? We got to do London. Let's just say 5 cent London.
Well, who's all in London besides you guys?
Who else is a London YouTuber? I don't know. Me and
Just
Kay.
you two, right?
Is Veve Flipper from UK?
There's a lot of people in London. David messaging me saying, "Hey, I'm in London as well." So yeah, London's an option.
All right,
Yeah,
everyone type if you want Vegas or London.
Yeah, let's just do a vote.
And then Kyle says Miami, which Miami sounds pretty cool too.
I am down. To be honest, I'm way down for Miami. Out of all of that, I'm down for Miami, man. Just to get in the sun, read, and drink, and eat. That sounds sick.
Actually, Kyle and I are organized. We both live in Oklahoma, so we're actually organizing the. I don't know. Let's see, 25-cent Oklahoma party.
Yeah.
It's okay. We've got to do our own one there. We've got to get outshined here.
Adam, like 10 people.
Adam dropped
there,
another
yeah.
$25 for you. It's literally just a row of Adams across the top of your top chats.
Adam is just donating. Randy and Adam.
Mariana's Trench party. Let's go.
He's basically paid for your flight ticket to Vegas at this point.
Oh.
You can just fly for like whatever now.
Look at this. We've got Cancun, Vegas, London, Vegas.
Oh,
Vegas.
Someone asked who Randy is. So for those who don't know, Randy Chavez, he kind of communicated with us quite recently. So he was trading Pokemon, like proper trading, like really rare graded Pokemon cards. And he bought something like 70 million Omi recently with his Pokemon card sales. So he's a really nice guy. Definitely talk to him because he's come from the collectible space, collectible trading cards. Yeah, that's kind of like my impression of him. I don't know how much you guys have spoken to Randy.
You can go check out his channel, Real Randy Chavez. He has a great channel. He does a bunch of live streams, and yeah, he knows his stuff as a collector, and he also is really good about how much he's thrown money into Omi. He's even put it. I think he's working on putting it on his balance sheet too. So he knows a thing or two about business. So go check out his channel. He's awesome.
Oh, I'll share with the chat, since we've got quite a lot of people, my real life ultra rare Pikachu. Let me grab the camera.
I think you need a bigger one.
It's pretty big. Like that.
What's
fan
cuddle
is,
with it?
What's on his?
Do you
why is he still in the
with it?
bag?
Because I don't want it to get dusty.
Right.
Actually, I'll show everyone my real life Veve vote. So we'll start from so we've got
Hold up. Let me interrupt quickly. I've literally got to go sort out my mum's car doesn't start, so I'm going to be back in like 30 minutes. I've just got to go help her out. All right.
Oh yeah, sure, that's cool. All right, catch you in a bit. Yeah, we've got the Comic-Con exclusive Thanos here. So obviously got the little stamp there. That's partly why I believe Funko Pops, we could see some kind of variation. We've got some Grandista, Banpresto, Naruto figures, similar ones for Dragon Ball. And then we've got the, I don't know if you guys have seen this anime before. Taps, you might have seen this anime.
I haven't watched it, but I know what it's from. Yeah.
It's really good. And then
Our viewers are plummeting.
they're not fans of anime.
Wait, what are those ones on the top? On the right hand side.
These are Marvel.
I wasn't sure who the. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. And then more like Funko Pops up there. Yeah,
Veve was made for you, man. You don't have any more room in your room.
Yeah, that's why I think Veve is going to do really well, is because there are people like myself who do like collecting things, but they don't have the physical space. And I think a lot of people are of this kind of same situation, and they're just going to come to Veve and just continue collecting, and they can pretty much collect forever just because, there is technically no end to digital space.
What do you guys think of the drops that we've seen so far for CE? We've only seen the two, right? We've seen the Cthulhu's and now the Mondo prints.
Yes, Mondo just came out, so I think that's pretty cool. But the Cthulhu's, I think, is going to be quite an interesting one because it's the first time we've seen something that's within the kind of horror genre. Because I had a look at the cinematic trailer for the game, and I mean, it's personally not something that is within my niche, but it did look really, really cool. So I think they're going to pull in an entire new kind of fan base, people who are into this kind of horror theme, because people were asking about horror on Veve.
And there's from Chaosium, who has like a ton of these like tabletop games too, right? So
yeah,
I was thinking mini games, like this possible that they actually might become interactive at some point. and they have more than one type of game. Like, we could see, I think they had like another one called like RuneQuest and a bunch of other ones on there as well. So they look good probably in a vault, like, their statues and all that. And I love the Necronomicon, but I'm thinking, they have the CE title on them, but also what happens if they become interactive later, or like some form of pieces that we could use for those who have those collectibles.
Matthew says he's not going to mess with the Book of the Dead or the Cthulhu's. I don't want my iPhone floating around the room at night.
That's partly why I kind of don't want to get involved in that. I'm a little bit superstitious. I just think it's a little too creepy for me, especially the book.
I really like the whole theme because I was a fan of Ash versus the Evil Dead. I don't know how many people in the chat have seen that film. It's quite an old one.
Yeah, it's classic.
So it had Army of the Dead. That was a really good one. And the Necronomicon was kind of like the focus of the whole film series. So the Necronomicon could summon like these like demons and things from hell that would possess people. And the book itself sent him back in time to like some medieval age. And yeah, so it like the special effects and stuff now, if you watch it, it's really cheesy, but it was a really, really good film series back then. Like, I quite enjoyed it. And they even did a reboot where they made it into a TV series, which was quite interesting. Wasn't as good as the original films, but it was nice seeing the original actor in it as well.
Bruce Campbell.
Oh, someone says they love Evil Dead Trilogy, Eric.
Yeah, Army of Darkness was one of my favorite movies when I was like, I think in high school or outside of high school, but it has so many good one-liners that are so cheesy and great. And like the scenes, I think we were talking about it, where like he's in the well and he doesn't have his chainsaw and he jumps up and it just like falls and like locks into place. It's like, oh man, this
perfectly just connects.
Brutally terrible, but awesome.
Yeah, that film's really good. I think it would be pretty awesome if they get some Ash versus the Evil Dead stuff on Veve. I imagine not too many of the younger people would know about it, but it's definitely a cool one. But the Necronomicon, I don't know. I think it would be a bit disappointing if they left it as just a book. I think they need to, because when I read the description, it sounds like it could open, like you can open it up. That's what it sounded like from the description. And I think if it was just a book, like what can you do with it? Would be a little bit disappointing. So I want to like click on it or something like as soon as it drops and see if it does anything.
We've got details on the Mondo drop Saturday, 8 a.m.
Oh, Mondo's Saturday a.m. So what the details on the drops, editions, gems?
Open it right now.
Here's a question here. While you guys are working on that, how do you guys see the influence of Comic-Con to the Ecomi token? I guess in terms of price, I'm guessing is what he means.
I personally think it's not going to have much of an effect on Ecomi. I think in the short term, it's going to have a pretty big effect on the Veve NFTs, because I don't think that a lot of these people who come from, like, get onboarded through Comic-Con, many of them will be buying Ecomi. And plus, there are a lot of people who are speculating on more people coming on to Veve. So they preemptively bought Ecomi and they're going to sell for short-term profit. Because this always happens whenever there's some big news, is you get people who stack up preemptively, or there are people who know about this news before it hits, the mass public, and they literally sell when that news hits. And we had that happen with Marvel. If you have a look at big exchanges like Binance, there's always a dump after the coin's listed. So I think it's not going to have an immediate effect on Ecomi, if any, but definitely on Veve. I definitely see prices of certain Veve NFTs going up.
I agree with Kay, actually. I think the biggest impact that Comic-Con is going to have is you're going to get a ton of new users, right? And like you're going to be appealing to all these people who have no idea who Veve even is. And so the long term will be new users will go in and buy collectibles as we get new collectibles, but also eventually we're going to see accessories come in and just more and more ways to now use Ecomi and spend money in Veve, which will burn Ecomi. So the long-term effect of Comic-Con will be seen, but the short term we'll see the collectibles go up in value.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think in terms of price, I think we already saw that price movement, right? When the masses, when we all realized that, Veve was hosting Comic-Con, I mean, it popped up to 0.0035 pretty quickly. Probably that's all we're going to see. But, long term for the success of the business and also for the token, we need to kind of get that mass media, mass market type exposure. So I think this is just the initial step. And, if you're a long-term holder, this is good news long-term.
So I pulled up the, for some reason I can't pull it up on my computer. I'm not sure if you can pull it up, Daniel, but for Mondo, we have 3 drops. Yeah, I'll send it right. It's on, if you go into Twitter, it's Veve Collecting 2.0 posted at Veve Official.
Is it it's on the Medium, right?
Yeah. For some reason, it won't pull up on my computer.
Let's see what we have dropping on Saturday.
Mondo? Okay, I see that actually. Well, actually, let's.
Oh man, one of them looks.
Ooh.
The Back to the Future.
Are you able to share it on your screen, Dan?
Yeah, I can. Let me.
Okay, let's go through it together.
Up.
I won't go through it yet. I will go through it with you.
That's not it.
Ooh, did Comic Way just get a him?
Him's quite expensive.
Him is ready for Star Wars.
What is this? Inception. Okay, here we go.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow, he actually got him.
Mondo is a small group of fans, family, friends, headquartered in Austin, Texas, but with global staff, works with incredible artists who share their passions to create posters, soundtracks, toys, apparel, books, games, and collectibles for classics. Oh, that's actually
Bill and Ted.
That's awesome.
Oh, you know what we need to do as we're going through this? We need to because these portraits, there's always some kind of little hidden details somewhere. We need to properly analyze these.
Is that a Mattel logo?
Read the names. Maybe they've hinted the date of Pokemon in there somewhere.
No, I have your hint of Pokemon right here.
Does he have a Pokeball in his hand on the top right? No, I'm joking. Oh wow. Oh, $65, 1,989 editions. That's nice. That's cool.
Okay, here's a question. So what I've noticed is if you have something that's of similar mint, similar drop price, when you have interest of it on the Veve market, the ones that do the best are characters, and the ones that do the worst, I guess, I've noticed have been portraits, and then vehicles kind of do somewhere in between. Do you guys reckon that because this is a portrait? I guess it's because portraits, they're portraits, they're not characters. There's less you can do with them. Do you guys reckon that the retail value for this isn't going to be that much different from the resale value after the hype's kind of died down?
I would say normally, yeah, but it's still a CE, right? So
yeah,
it's still, and there's only 1,900 of them. So I love this one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you've been collecting the boards and the DeLoreans, this is just a given, right?
I wonder who collects DeLoreans. Definitely not me.
Oh, it's you and chicken. Actually,
I don't know what DeLorean is.
Actually, I would think that the 2D stuff wouldn't be worth as much, but these are kind of really mainstream brands. It's kind of things I grew up watching. So I think this could be pretty valuable, honestly. I guess that's it.
Yeah. So I love the Back to the Future one. The Bill and Ted Excellent and Bogus Adventure. I'm going to get them, but I'm less excited about them. And I don't really know what the, average age range is of Veve users. But
what's really nice is, and I think this might be the strategy for combating the botters and flippers, is all of the drops have been rares with similar edition numbers. So there's not in one set one that's going to be massively overvalued compared to another. And I think that's a very, very smart move for Comic-Con, because if they had gone with the standard drop of one ultra rare with like 1,000 editions and then a bunch of rares and commons that, you know, the bots will never buy or the flippers will never buy. That would have left a lot of people kind of, I guess, upset. But because they've got free, which are similar mints, similar prices, people can have the option of choosing between the ones that they genuinely prefer the most. And it's not really going to disadvantage them in terms of, you know, secondary market value either. So I think this is actually a really, really good strategy they've taken. I've just noticed that from the Cthulhu and now Mondo as well.
The only thing I wonder too is there's such low mints, right? Like they keep saying that they need more inventory, especially for something like this, but these are relatively low mints, the Cthulhu's and now the 2D posters.
Yes. I guess if you're comparing it to, you know, just normal drop where everyone goes for the ultra rare, usually you would normally see about this many mints for an ultra rare anyway. But they've got that number of mints times 3 or times 4. So if I was to go for like, you know, the Bill and Ted poster, I reckon the competition will be way less than what I experienced during the Ecto 1 or the Ghost Trap.
Fair. Yep. I mean, I think everyone's going to be clamoring for that Star Trek one, or the Back to the Future one.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of fans of, you know, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 2. So they're still worth grabbing, especially with the CE logo on them.
The Bill and Ted one with the Bogus Journey, that one looks really cool.
And I wonder, like, could we see something from, like, added from Bill and Ted, right? Because we've obviously seen a bunch of Back to the Future, but if they're going to give us 2Ds of Bill and Ted and we have 2Ds of Ultraman and 2Ds of Back to the Future that are also collectibles, like, does that mean we could see collectibles from Bill and Ted in the future?
Yeah. What'll be interesting is if someone researches into Matt Ryan Tobin, because usually if you have a look into the artist that does like the NFTs, you could probably find some more stuff that they may release in the future. Or sometimes they might like accidentally just say, hey, you know, somewhere like this is a piece I'm doing for an NFT project. And it's like, oh, okay.
What do you guys think of Star Trek dropping at Comic-Con? You think that's going to happen?
I am expecting Star Trek or Jurassic Park soon, because if you recall the original roadmap they did, the one that Al Khan commented on, or if you were to go to Al Khan's LinkedIn, you could probably still find it there. And it's got like a roadmap where it shows, you know, we are here and you've still got like all of this way to go. And in the middle, you can kind of see like NFLPA, Jurassic Park, Star Trek. And I think we're kind of on that point right now where it's like Jurassic Park, Star Trek. So I wouldn't be surprised, because it has been quite a long time now since we first teased Star Trek on David Yu's Instagram, but it hasn't dropped yet. So I think that's already like they can literally just drop it whenever.
That makes sense. You're thinking probably within 2021?
I think it should be out this year, because on that roadmap later on is kind of like Master Collector Program. And Master Collector Program is kind of targeted, you know, the initial iterations for late this year, I believe Q3. So we should actually have it. I wouldn't be surprised if we had it at Comic-Con, Star Trek or Jurassic Park. But I suspect it should be coming within the coming months, assuming they're still following that roadmap. I think that's the kind of strategy.
Yeah, I think Star Trek would make a lot more sense for Comic-Con, because it's definitely more of that kind of fan base. And then also, I think I saw CBS being one of the exhibitors that's there, and it's CBS who has that license, right?
Yes.
And then Universal's also there, though, and they have Jurassic Park.
I've got bubble tea.
Nice. I've had a boba tea in I don't know how many years.
Isn't boba tea pretty popular where you're at? California?
I mean,
just in general, I
yeah,
guess, too.
I haven't seen it in quite some time, but then again, it feels like we've been shut down now for 2 years, but we opened back up like a month ago, 3 weeks ago. So I've actually been doing things and going outside for once.
Is there any talk of kind of closing back down with all the variants?
I heard in LA There's talks around it, which they've always been like the area to dictate what happens to the rest of the state. So if they're talking about it, maybe, probably, but I guess it depends on like our vaccination rates and all that. So we'll see. I'm trying to do as much as possible just in case. So usually every weekend I'm like doing something just because I'm trying to make sure I get outside until, hopefully not, but until maybe we get shut back down.
Oh, we have another AMA coming up this week on the official Discord. So
We do?
yeah, we should do. Need to ask Granola, but usually every week I get taken like the most commonly asked question, and for some reason it's always been like some kind of really bizarre conspiracy theory that I personally would never ask. So I have to give the disclaimer that, by the way, this question isn't from me. It's like a question I've been constantly being sent, so don't take it like offensively or in the wrong way. I mean, the team, like they're aware that obviously, you know, that's probably the case, but because the last one was I said, hey, the conspiracy theory is that you guys aren't actually registered on Comic-Con San Diego, and people emailing the customer support there said that they have no idea who you are. So there's a conspiracy theory that you guys might be like, you know, like rug pulling everyone. And I had to like basically make that clear, like without, you know, coming across as, you know, they're promoting them as, you know, rug pullers. But the new conspiracy theory, I think, that I've been getting asked about is the whole Gary v. Veve connection. I don't know what you guys have opinions on that. Like, is Gary V, you know, has he got like some kind of actual genuine interest in Veve Ecomi? Shared that screenshot recently where he showed he had a meeting with the Ecomi team. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah. So I think Gary V is brilliant at what he does. I mean, he's done very well for himself, and he, with how he speaks, he's great. But I don't love VFriends NFTs, and I don't see how they would really fit in with Veve. But that doesn't mean he can't make more. He could be affiliated somehow, but I don't think they're there yet. Obviously, that he knows the team, but I think he just kind of saw like, okay, this is probably a good time to drop this because I'm interacting with all of these crazy Veve and Ecomi fans, and Comic-Con's about to drop. So like these influencers and these celebrities know when to, you know, drop something or when to interact with people to maximize, you know, their awareness or their influence. So I think he kind of just dropped that because he was going back and forth with a couple of Veve and Ecomi fam on there, and I think that's why he dropped that, is like kind of like a teaser, like, hey, we've had a conversation, but not like a we're working together right now. But then again, we don't know, right? Because how many months, how many years have they been working with these licensors, and there's still plenty that we haven't seen. So, and artists.
Oh, someone said Gary is leveraging Veve, not the other way around.
Well said.
I think Veve is starting to gain a lot more traction now, and a lot of these early licensors that were very apprehensive about the NFT space, they're just diving in now. And what was interesting is I shared it in a video yesterday is Funko, they've put out an ad for an NFT project coordinator. And so Cavell actually shared a recent video trying to justify Gary V. And I personally had never actually watched videos of Gary V. I've just kind of like casually read about him. And when I watched it, I didn't realize that I actually share quite a lot of the same sentiments as Gary V. Specifically, this is something that annoys me as well, is a lot of people have this attitude where you pick one or the other. Everything is mutually exclusive. Like you can never have both of something. So for example, when people were talking about Marvel, right, they were saying, hey, if Veve has Marvel NFTs, those can just be removed because Disney could launch their own platform. And I raised the point of why can't they just have both? Because we see it all the time in the world. So a good example is Mattel. So Mattel recently, they were leaked to have being partnered with Veve. Well, now we know they are because the hoverboard has the Mattel logo. But Mattel, for a lot of people who weren't aware, has their own NFT platform already. You can buy Hot Wheels NFTs on Mattel right now, today, if you wanted to. So they have their own platform, but they're also leveraging Veve. So I personally don't see why, a lot of these brands, a lot of these licensors, they can't have their own platform or use another platform whilst also leveraging Veve. And I know that Funko, they're trying to get on the Wax blockchain, but I don't see why they wouldn't be able to leverage Veve and do a few collaborations through Veve just to kind of get onto the market a bit faster if their kind of platform is still in development, because Veve had like a 3-year head start. So that's just kind of like my thoughts on it, but it's exactly kind of same thing that Gary Vee was also trying to explain.
Yeah, that bugs me too, because it's something that we have to keep defending, right? Like where it's Marvel or whatever, like it's come up multiple times, but I think people make the mistake often that competition is a bad thing, or that someone has something similar, and it's always, especially in an emerging space like NFTs or digital collectibles or whatever, crypto still is an emerging space. Competition is a good thing. It just means more people are doing more to bring awareness to it. And then also Veve, we already know, is the 800-pound gorilla in the space, right? They've cornered the market. And so what's the phrase where mimic is the sincerest form of flattery or whatever, but basically like them copying them is showing that they're doing something right, or creating their own platform that does something similar. So it isn't a thing that's going to take away market share from Veve. It's just going to grow market share together.
That's literally what I was saying as well with electric vehicles and Tesla. Everyone was saying Tesla's going to die because, you know, you got NIO, you've got like, you know, whatever
Tesla
Ford,
can't
they were
die.
going to EVs. Tesla like blew up 10x in that year. Like, it helped them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, look at Uber, like Lyft, and there's a bunch of them that started off at the beginning, but like Uber didn't lose anything when Lyft came out. In fact, the drivers just started driving for both, and it grew them as a whole too, right? So yeah, it's not going to be an issue. And there's going to be like, I already like when we saw all the FUD around like, oh, well, Quid looks amazing, or TVK is a competitor. When all that happened, I guess now, a month, 2 months ago, there's going to be 10, 20, 30 competitors probably in the next 2 years. So, and some of them are going to be legit, right? So, but they're not going to be a threat to Veve even in 2 years, because it's still such a nascent space.
The thing is, the irony is, you wouldn't expect people who are in the crypto space to be thinking like that, because when you think about it, right, what's the one cryptocurrency that people were most likely introduced to crypto by? It was probably Bitcoin.
Or
so
Dogecoin.
A lot of people entered the crypto space through Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, maybe, you know, hypothetically they heard about Ethereum first, but it's always going to be one of the big three, like, you know, probably Bitcoin or Ethereum, or, you know, maybe Litecoin or Ripple. And when they get introduced into the crypto space, obviously there are certain, you know, disadvantages, obviously many advantages to having Ethereum and Bitcoin, but certain disadvantages. And because they've now been introduced to the space, all of these other competitors to Bitcoin, they start researching and looking into better alternatives. And that's exactly the same thing that happens whenever there's competition is, yeah, people might hear about NIO for the electric vehicles. They might hear about Ford, Volkswagen, whatever. And then once they're introduced into that space, they start to research and look for alternatives. And that's how they get introduced to maybe better options, such as, you know, maybe Tesla is better for them. And that's what happens across all industries, is there's always maybe one or two kind of brands that bring someone into the industry, and then they start researching and looking at alternatives that they can kind of maybe invest into or, you know, utilize. And that's how, you know, these competitors, they can grow by leveraging off of the kind of awareness brought on from other competitors.
100%. But NIO is a great stock, and it's super undervalued.
You have to plug in NIO.
Yep.
I actually sold quite a big chunk of my Tesla for Omi. Like I swore I would never ever sell Tesla, but I sold like I think it was like 30 shares recently.
Wow.
Try and stock up more on more Omi. Yeah.
You're pretty much all in Omi then, huh? Almost.
It's funny, like because of the recent pump on Omi, most of my portfolio, so all of my crypto portfolio is actually now Omi. Like that's how much I kind of believe in this project. It's not just belief, it's they've proven their business model, because I made a video a while back saying that Omi was bear market proof. And I said, you know, okay, the price of the crypto market comes down, because people are still going to continue buying NFTs because they've proven people want these NFTs, then you're going to get more burn and scarcer supply. The price goes back up. If the price goes up and we have less burn, then that's still good for us because the price goes up. So either way, it's kind of, it'll survive in both a bull and a bear market. And the fact that the team themselves are highly credible, like they've been following compliance to a T. That's actually the number one thing I look out for is this project compliant? Even if it's like, the most craziest, burn rate project, you hold the token and 90% of the supply is burnt the next day. If the team isn't compliant, I will not invest. But they've proven that they follow compliance to a T. So they've got the model, they've got the kind of legal aspects sorted, they've got the credibility, and they can also leverage, their marketing. They've got like really, really good professional partners to help them with marketing, PR, promotion. So they kind of hit all the tick boxes for me, which is why I thought there's no point in me, going into anything else. I just want to stick to Omi. And also, when I say I diversify, I personally, this is my opinion, if you have like 10 different cryptos, I personally don't consider that diversification because you're still all in crypto. Mm-hmm. My opinion of diversification is you have some crypto, you have some stocks, you have maybe some bonds, some real estate. To me, that's like proper diversification because the crypto market kind of all follows Bitcoin. And this is what happened to me back in 2017, 2018, is I had like 20 different coins and I was like, yes, I'm diversified. And then every single coin tanked. And I was like, okay, I was not diversified. And that's like basically how I learned.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you're able to all in like that. Like I know like Randy's all in as well. I have stocks, I have other crypto, and I hedge and diversify, but I have seen myself keep selling certain crypto that I don't want to sell because I want to keep adding Omi without, pouring more fiat into it. So it's, I don't all into anything just because, I'm just more cautious about that. But at the same time, if I were, it would be to do it with Omi just because, yeah, I know I'm going to be kicking myself later just by like, I really wanted to hold on to my Cardano and my VE chain and my engine. And then I'm going to see, okay, well, I made a lot of money on Omi, but I could have made so much more. And now Kay is in his jet flying to KFC to go get more. And I don't have a private jet.
Robert Kant actually made a very good point. So shout out to Robert. He said that my diversification is Batman, Superman, and Pride. And I actually made a video. This was a segment I did in a video like a few months back. And I said Veve NFTs are an incredibly great way to diversify because if you look at crypto, stocks, even real estate, a lot of these assets, they are mostly owned by institutional investors. And any asset that's heavily owned by institutional investors is more, can, I guess, be manipulated a bit more easily because you have like one entity that owns a big chunk of it. Whereas Veve NFTs, you don't have, these guys in suits sat in Wall Street, sat there buying Batman. Like Veve NFTs are held mostly by retail investors. And so the market is a little bit less manipulated in that sense. Yes, I know people have been going on about, hey, one individual could come in with like $1 million and buy out the whole supply of Batman, for example.
His name is Ray.
And then they can control the floor price. Like, yes, I know they can do that. But, you have a bit more control. Like if there's a drop, you can choose to buy as many as you want and hold or do whatever. But you don't have someone like, Renaissance Capital that has the money to literally buy every NFT on the secondary market if they choose. That's not going to happen. I mean, it could happen, but I highly, highly doubt they're going to, start buying Veve NFTs. Maybe in the future if they go into NFTs, but, I feel like the Veve NFT marketplace is a lot less, subject to institutional manipulation, which is partly why I think it's a very good way to diversify as well.
I agree. And I think that's right now, right? Like as more catch on to it, it's just like anything that's an investment or a market, it's going to be manipulated at some point. That's just how it goes. But for now, it's the promised land. So that super chat that just popped up, I think that's a question for you, Dan.
This one with Ron?
Yep.
What do you guys say to the folks that say Omi will never hit $1 due to market cap? With the circulating supply, I mean, the max circulating supply we'll see is something like 300 some odd billion. And I think that's just the best way to probably value the token, value the company, because the other 450 billion really won't ever enter circulating supply, so they're kind of irrelevant in a sense. So you're basically saying, can Ecomi be a $300 billion company? And I think that's possible. I think that's very legit.
So people who kind of follow me, I tend to have one of the most, I'd say, conservative estimates. So my estimate within 12 months is about 3 to 5 cents, and that's assuming they hit their targets. And that sounds very conservative, but I think Ecomi growth is not going to be kind of linear. It's going to be very exponential. And that is because market cap is a little bit less relevant to Ecomi than other projects, because you have to remember it's a deflationary token. And I've been saying this since day one, is you cannot effectively model the burn rate of Ecomi. And for those who are watching right now, I don't know if you guys were aware, but if you look at the original roadmap, there were other ways for baking in Ecomi burn. So have a look back at the very, very early roadmap, because I guarantee some of these ideas will still be implemented in some way. So one of those was a subscription model for Veve. So you pay, maybe $20 that can be used towards burning Ecomi, and you get benefits such as maybe a golden gem, or some kind of benefit in terms of accessories for your showroom. So some kind of subscription model that is in the original roadmap, and I personally do see them implementing that later on. They don't need to do that right now because they haven't got as crazy of a user base as what they're targeting, which is 3 to 5 million users. And then on the point of users, the more users we get, the more burn, because there's going to be more secondary market activity, increasing the number of drops. That's going to happen. I remember in Taps, your AMA with Reese, Reese had spoken about burn events. So one day we could have an event where we burn, 10 times as much Ecomi. They have the ability to increase the burn rate. And then, there are obviously other areas such as, people forget that Ecomi isn't just NFTs. They have, multiple different branches. So they've got the Ecomi One wallet. It wouldn't be crazy to suggest that some of the share and revenue from that could be used towards Ecomi buyback, for example. And then the Veveverse, they have specifically said in their token utility article that Ecomi burn is going to, Ecomi, the token, is going to play an integral part within the Veveverse. And if that's the case, I imagine that will drive demand for Ecomi, and it may potentially also have another burn aspect in that as well. And then these are just kind of like the ideas that we've been made aware of. They have the ability to continue adding more ways of utilizing Ecomi in the future as they release more products, more extensions to the platform. And I believe that is what they're going to continue doing, because, it benefits them as well. People forget that Ecomi has an entire fund of just Ecomi, which they use for development. So it benefits the team for the token to be worth more, because now the development fund is also worth more. And the more money they have in that development fund, the more they can grow and build their platform. So it's like a positive feedback loop. So a lot of people who kind of compare Ecomi, saying, hey, the market cap will be too big, because that's the same way to apply, the analysis to other crypto projects. I have to kind of, step in and differentiate Ecomi a bit from other projects, because other projects are not like Ecomi. It's a very unique project. Most projects don't have a product, as Reese has said, very eloquently before. Ecomi has a product, and the utility of Ecomi token is baked into that product, which is going to continue expanding. That's kind of like my summary of the whole situation.
Do you guys, like you mentioned, like the wallet and the other project, or the other product? Do you remember when they were talking about the other product that's going to involve Ecomi? Do you know if we've actually seen that already? Do you guys remember what I'm talking about?
The new product.
Reese. Yeah, Reese had a message on Telegram. He mentioned like another product that's going to use Ecomi.
That was the Marvel
comics.
comic books. Yeah, comic books.
Oh, okay.
That was the digital. It was the new digital product was comic books.
Okay. Okay. That answers.
Yeah. So for those who aren't aware, there's a few different digital products that Veve has on the platform. So they have characters, they have portraits, 2D art, they have vehicles, they have accessories, and they have comic books. So they currently have 5 digital products that make up the kind of Veve universe right now.
Yeah, and I kind of faded in and out on the stream, but what was Dan? I know you did a video recently about when you think Omi will hit $1, and then Kay, what you just said was pretty spot on about how Omi is just so different from a lot of different crypto, and what you said about like that positive feedback loop. That's pretty much what sold me when I looked into tokenomics. I was like, this is a self-feeding model. Like it's so much different from what else is out there. And that was back in the days when, there was 5,000, 10,000 users on the platform. And that was in February or March. So like looking at it now, it's already exceeded expectations, and we're still like, we haven't seen anything yet, right? Like we've seen mostly a lot of value added in the NFTs on the collectible side, but that's because the token has already gone up this high with really no utility to like what has been a lot of the fuzzsters' favorite thing to say. But that utility is literally around the corner, and we have so much more that we're going to be able to use it for now. Like as soon as you're able to add like a $10, a $10 frame into your showroom, or like those infinite amount of things that you can add to your showroom to pay, all of that's just burning Omi constantly. And there's over 300,000 of us now. We're going to have more who are just trying to make our showrooms look even more incredible. So all that's going to keep burning Omi, and then throw in Veveverse and more collectibles. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I think I was actually just looking it up, but Jeremy Padower had a tweet that made me go, oh, wow. He said, so Omi burned 500 million tokens today on a single drop. At current pricing, Ecomi would burn approximately 100% of Omi token supply after 800 to 900 drops. Marvel has 3,000 characters, 100 other licenses. Will be fun to track this one, no promises. So like, let that sink in, how much there is still yet to come and how much more Omi there is to burn. Like this has been a 5-month journey, 4-month journey for, I guess, most of us who've been around.
Yeah, although
crazy.
To be fair, I think the rate of Omi burn to drops is kind of like a downwards parabola. So at the moment, whilst Omi's price is very low, each drop will burn more. But as we burn more, you have to remember that that's going to contribute to the increase of price. So we'll burn less Omi. So it's kind of like the amount of burn will kind of
tailor off.
Yeah. But another interesting one. So those in the chat, if you have a look at Reese Skellen's Medium, he has some really kind of older articles in there for kind of nostalgia purposes. So he's got the old roadmap. Another interesting part of their roadmap was digital frames. So physical frames. And we know that Ecomi has the kind of supply chain set up for making physical digital products, like the Ecomi One wallet. On their roadmap was physical picture frames that you can have your Veve NFTs on. That is on the roadmap. So I suspect that may come in the future if the demand is there for it. I don't know why they kind of stopped talking about it, but that is there. And I believe if they do choose to do that, the option again is still there for kind of having some kind of benefit for Omi. Maybe, the 1% or a few percent of the sales can be used towards, Omi buybacks, for example, something like that. But, a lot of people did ask about this, and I would definitely buy a digital photo frame to like frame one of my favorite NFTs.
Yeah, I would do that as well. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, when do you think we'll get that? A couple years from now? Two years?
I don't know. I think once they have a good amount of user base, that will come, because like I said, the Ecomi team is actually relatively quite small. And in terms of priorities, I don't think that's a priority for them. Like the Ecomi One wallet is, I'd say, a bigger priority, and we still don't have that yet. Obviously, because they explained the reasons why is it should be out soon because Bitforex has started advertising for it, but they said they were basically updating the firmware. So for anyone who bought a Nano Ledger S, I've seen this as well, is when you get them, sometimes you have to update the firmware because it's been sitting around for a while and the firmware is outdated. And I experienced something interesting where I hadn't updated the firmware in ages, and that caused my Nano Ledger S to essentially become bricked. So it was no longer usable, and there was no way to save it. So I had to order a new one. But
did you have anything on it?
Yeah, so after I ordered it, they finally responded to my customer support request, and they said, "Oh yeah, we know about that issue. We'll just send you a free replacement one." And I was like, "Well, I've just ordered a new one. Can I have my original one refunded?" And they're like, "No." So I ended up with 2 Nano Ledger S's, and I gave one away to a friend because I was like, "Yeah, I got this one for free because my old one died, and I bought a new one." But then they sent me a replacement. So yeah, I believe that the Ecomi One wallet should be rolling around soon because they appear to have started advertising it via Bitforex. So I think that, yeah, we'll probably see digital photo frames later on.
Just to be clear, are we talking about physical frames where we can display
Yeah.
our NFTs? Okay, I just
Yeah,
wanted
an actual physical. So if you've
Okay,
seen the
yeah.
Beeple stuff, with the Beeple artwork, you get a physical frame with the Beeple NFT in it, and then you also get the QR code for the real NFT. But Veve on the roadmap, the original roadmap, they had photo frames, like physical frames for your NFTs on there.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think
eating
that's
KFC,
important. Huh?
Dan? Other Dan, are you eating KFC?
I bought it just for you. I thought that was the requirement today for the stream to eat.
Look what I have.
I think we were planning on doing that, and I actually forgot, so that's my fault.
You better eat on the next one, Dan. Next one's on Taps's.
Well, some people think it's
right.
unprofessional, and that's interesting. I wonder if that's like a cultural thing, or I mean, obviously, when you're talking to someone, you don't want to be having like a piece of chicken in your mouth. But I think
Or a boba tea.
It's a mukbang we're supposed to be eating.
See, I thought a mukbang was just like us, like people watching us eat and just not talking. That's kind of what I'm used to. But
No,
I guess I'm
you
wrong
talk-
there.
I got my oats as well. Got to balance it out. I got protein, oats, and blueberries.
See, that's healthy. That's from your bodybuilding background, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, yeah, Taps, I love your T-shirt, mate.
Oh, you like it?
The even splash.
Yeah. Can I see it a little bit better? That is definitely me. Okay, that's your face and that's my body. That's what we do.
You know what's funny? Like Shaq actually did the meme where we fused as well.
I love Shaq's meme, man. Like his memes are actually.
I was so disappointed that Shaq didn't go through to the next round.
Yeah,
Like,
he crushes
people were
every
genuinely
meme.
surprised. Like even Brock was like, "What? Shaq didn't go through?"
Maybe because he always wins, right? Because when I
That's
did
what I was thinking too.
he won, and I gave him 30 gems or $30. I can't remember, and he won your one as well, Kay. So to be fair,
I gave him 30 gems as well.
yeah. So to be fair, if he keeps winning, no one else is going to enter.
He
So,
purposely lost to give everyone else a chance.
what have you guys been talking about majorly? I listened to some of it when I was driving, but I was hooning it a bit. Was there anything?
Oh, we were talking about the kind of Ecomi roadmap because a lot of people weren't familiar with like what was on the original roadmap that could add OMI utility. So the physical photo frames where you can have NFTs, the subscription service. So you pay a certain amount a month and then you get like benefits. That's on the original roadmap. I think they called it a loot box service. So subscription loot boxes, whatever you want to call it.
I wonder if Rabbit Grin's coming. Have they said? Like alluded to when we're going to see the Rabbit Grin? Because we know that's coming, right?
No, they haven't. They haven't really.
Because that's Ron English, right? So that'll be like a super like the hardest drop probably to get this year, I'm guessing. But actually receiving that physical Rabbit Grin, I was looking at what they look like and they look awesome. So
Yeah,
it's going to be the lowest minted NFT to date, only 100, but they're going to be variations of it. So a silver one and a gold one, but I believe the other ones you don't get the physical with it. It's only the chrome one where there's 100 mints, and I believe it's going to be even less than that because they're going to reserve some of the first few mints. Like obviously number 1 for Veveverse, and then a few for maybe Ron and for whatever else.
Taps, do you like those bear bricks and stuff like that?
What's that?
Do you like those bear bricks and things like that? Because that's what the Rabbit Grin reminds me of.
So I'm actually not crazy about the bear bricks, but I really like a lot of Ron English's stuff. And the Rabbit Grin, it is like I like that how like it's big and bold and it just looks really cool. And I'm actually going to be probably switching up my office here soon for a different room, and I want to actually like have like a collectible case on that. And so I'm like actually looking at buying a few collectibles from the actual Veve NFTs and a couple other ones.
Nice.
And that one would look awesome on the shelf.
Yeah.
But-
That's what I got. That's the only reason I got the LV bread brick, only because of that. Literally just because of the office space, and then it's filled with whiskey around it.
I've seen you have some good looking.
Yeah,
whiskey.
that's it. I sent it. Yeah, that's right. But in the new office, it's the same thing. Like the rabbit grin stuff is super cool. I like that kind of concept. I like that kind of art as well. It's nice.
I have some good bottles, but they're hidden in the garage. All this is like the drinking stuff. I don't usually drink the good stuff.
I've got,
You should see Dan's stash. Wannabe champ Dan. He's got like loads of whiskey.
yeah, I think the most expensive one's probably the Macallan. That's about it. But I don't really drink the expensive ones, to be fair.
I mean, how many?
Go on.
So I was gonna say, someone just said, "What? No more 2X coffee machines." I get so many comments on the coffee behind me, but almost never comments on just the tons of alcohol behind me. It's always the coffee.
Oh,
I'll
Adam
comment on that.
donated again. He said,
I love
when $25 a month driver's license for cars discount is paid in Omi. I think Adam has actually paid for your flight to Las Vegas now, Dan.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I should do something for him.
Well, you know who he is now.
You know what you need to do? You need to make an intro for him. That's your thing. I don't know how you can make an intro for him.
I don't know much about him. I mean, I know his.
You've got to get an eye on it, Dan.
What you need to do is in the next video intro, get like a slice of bread and cut a hole in it.
I should put it on my dog's face, like
literally get a slice of bread and stick your face through it.
I'm actually allergic to bread, so there's that.
Don't do that then.
Now, legit, you got to do a Adam intro, but also Taps. When I see you in real life, I'm gonna make sure I bring a wig, and we got to do that dance, that restart.
We'll have a bunch of good whiskey first.
Read what?
Read JP's comment. He just donated.
That was so funny.
We need to bring in the TikTok indicator.
You ain't factored in TikTok, Dan.
By the way,
and Miles, do you know what? Your accent was on point, man.
I was gonna say he did a really good impression. I was really impressed.
I tried to do one of you, but it was so hard, man.
I saw it.
American accent right now, champ.
I can't think of it. The only thing I can think of is butter. How do you say butter? Butter.
Butter. That's more of an Oklahoman accent, I think. Butter.
Oh, someone said there's a stream tool that will turn your face into bread automatically. So maybe you can just have like a bread filter.
I mean, I'll probably do the bread thing. I'll have to think about it because I don't know much about them.
You're actually like physically allergic. If it touches you, you break out.
No, more like if I eat it, I'll get a stomach ache kind of thing. It's kind of a weird deal.
Don't eat it. Put it in your face.
Yeah, I'll just put it on my face.
Cthulhu NFT. Someone just says, "Do you think hodling a cosmic Cthulhu would be smart?" I actually thought that as well when I saw the Cthulhu drop. I thought, oh, maybe the Cthulhu NFTs from Cryptkins, they might gain some value, especially like the green one because that was quite low priced. Because I imagine people having like Cthulhu themed showroom with like the Cthulhus in there.
Yeah, I remember people speculating like, oh, what if they can evolve or something one day? Like, I haven't actually taken a look to see if there's any evolution of Cryptkins, but I mean, if they made Ritmo interactive, like the Cryptkins kind of seem similar in a way to me to the Mermicornos and the Unicornos. So you never know. Maybe you need the Necronomicon to enhance it with some like evil power to get it to start moving.
I quite like the way you're thinking. I'm kind of with you though. I see what you mean.
I really think the Necronomicon is gonna do something. Like from the description, it sounds like you can maybe open it up and it will do something. Adam might need to do a winky face if I'm talking somewhat sense here.
I mean, how do you guys determine if which one's valuable? You know, what goes through your head? Because I can never think about what's going to be valuable in the future. I just have no idea, no concept about that.
If you collect all the idols, it summons the ancient ones. Confirmed.
I think if Kay can buy 4 of them and someone makes a comment about it and calls him a snitch, I think that is a good NFT. So that DeLorean, Do you know what, mate? That I actually love that guy for calling you out because I had like 3 days of fun just trolling you.
And he did it more than once. Like he was dead
There were
set
so
for
many
making
memes that came
sure.
from that.
Yeah. And
Do we
I
know
actually,
who that is?
no, we don't. I don't think we've ever spoke to. Have you spoke to him since, Kay? Have you made peace?
I never ever spoke to that guy. Like he just ran. It was the funny thing is, it was that one day where I just didn't attend the AMA, and then that guy just pops up and he's like, "Hello, Kay is a disgrace. He has 5 ultra rare DeLoreans," and then
He was
just like,
so serious too.
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
I
And
loved
the thing
it.
is, I had
loved it.
5 ultra rare DeLoreans, and he just automatically assumed I was like botting or using emulators or something. But the funny thing is, on my channel, there's a video of me actually doing the drop, and not just that. Like I showed, like on my actual account, like every transaction that showed me purchasing the DeLoreans on that one account, and you can see the timestamps, and you can see like they're really far apart because the app that day was so bad. Like they had to take it off so they have to literally turn off the app for like 45 minutes and restart the servers because it was that bad.
I couldn't even buy them.
You should have given those away to charity. I think that would have been a good PR
Yeah,
thing.
I did actually ask Reese about it. I told him about it, and then I told the other Dave, Dave Yuntz, the consultant guy for Ecomi, hey, there's this bug, and I've gotten like 5 DeLoreans, and they didn't really they didn't make a big deal out of it. They're like, yeah, we know, like other people have had it, so.
How many DeLoreans have you got now?
Oh, now I've only got 3 because I sold 2 because I needed gems for Comic-Con. So I'm now the free DeLorean.
Do you know what would be a good piece of karma if you give that guy a DeLorean?
An ultra rare, not just a common.
Kay's like, nah, I don't know.
I need if I do give it away, it'll probably be like to maybe like I don't know, as a competition or something. Maybe I'll give one to Shaq because of how much he's like done in terms of memes.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I was going to ask you something. I was going to say that's it. Your YouTubers, like literally, I feel like your fan base, they either love you or just mutual, and then super hate you because he's not the only one. Who's the other one that hates you? Can't remember. There's someone else that hates you.
Oh, there's what's the name? David Rosen, who's always on the comments.
Yeah, you get quite a few people that hate you, man. I remember reading the comments. You get a lot of hate. I'm just sitting there in the background reading all of them.
But there's been a lot less hate lately.
Like, hate comments. I've noticed they leave hate comments for like other people as well. Like,
what do you mean?
So like
David,
for example, like David Rosen, yeah, like he's just the one that comes to mind. Like it's not just my channel. He'll leave like comments on Taps's channel, Daniel Lee's channel.
Cavell's.
But then for like Cavell's channel, I think like at one point he complimented Cavell and said Cavell's doing a great service for the community.
That was after after Marvel was confirmed.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was like trolling or not.
4 or 5.
I feel sad now, David Rosen. I didn't make the hate list. Or I might have. I just didn't read it.
Yeah.
There's been a lot less hate though lately. I mean, everything's been up and up, right? So they kind of just faded away.
Oh, Adam asked a question. How hyped are you for the IDHP drop?
What's IDHP?
Out of 10.
IDHP. Which one's that? Is that the?
What is that?
That's not the Cthulhu one, is it?
No, that's Chaosium.
What's IDHP? What does IDHP stand for?
I don't know what that is.
I think he's trolling us somehow.
IDHP.
In-house door plants. In-house door plants. That's what he said.
Oh, indoor house. Okay. Yes, house plants confirmed.
So much Omi will be burnt.
Oh, wait. Ironically, I literally just got one as a present. This is apparently is for air purifying.
House plant.
Is your air a lot pure? Can you breathe better now?
I feel like a different man. I feel like my lungs have gone to the moon and back.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, here we go. Here's a question. I can't like this one. So there are a lot of speculation about Ecomi teaming up with Apple. Do you guys hear something about that?
Alquan, he did say in the AMA that one of the areas they're working on is partnerships with tech companies. Now, I don't know about Apple, but what I do suspect is because Google has like loads of different branches, they may be partnering up with the part of Google that focuses specifically on AR VR, because Niantic has done something similar. And to be honest, I personally would classify Veve on the same kind of level as Niantic. So I do see some kind of partnership moving forwards with Google AR Core and Veve. But what that looks like, I'm not sure. But with Alcon, Dave, Dan Crovers, this whole team, I think they could definitely make it happen because they've got the kind of connections to make it happen. So definitely, I do see something maybe more along the AR specific tech side as opposed to Apple.
Yeah, I agree on that, because Apple notoriously kind of do their own thing, or they acquire a company and then make it their own. Like, they don't really partner a ton. They want it to all be Apple specific. So Google or Microsoft or another company would make sense, but I think that's probably a lot further away, because I think the space needs to be fully proven first. But that doesn't mean they're not having conversations or doing something towards it now.
Agreed. A shout out to Omilinian shirt. What is that?
Oh, the Millionaire shirt?
Yeah.
Is that the re-shirt?
Yeah, I have one too. I love that shirt.
Who was it that made it? Was it Pop Visley or someone?
No, it was
You got one, Kay?
Ecomi apparel.
Should we get one?
No, I do not have one.
Ecomi apparel, I think is his name on Twitter.
Okay, so send me an Millionaire shirt, please.
Yes,
I'll actually go on stream and wear it.
Does he have a store?
I should change my
Yes, Flight. Oh, Millionaire Apparel, and his name on it is Flight School C, and he has a Shopify account where he has a bunch of different types of shirts too. So most of them are Omi, but he has like other crypto shirts too. Here, I'll share the link with you.
Yeah.
But I have the Millionaire shirt, and it fit well. Like, it looks good. I like it. I have another one that says HODL on with the Omi symbol.
I was actually, do you know what? I'm just going to steal a load of Coin Bureau stuff next time. I want their hoodies. Their hoodies look sick. I actually quite like the, I don't know if you see it. Is it like the Burger King sign, but it says Crypto King?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I wanted. I want to ask them if they've got that. And also the hoodie looks pretty sound as well. Just HODL it. I like that. Millionaire. Oh, do you know what? They've got the car like Back to the Future, but Cardano is the future. In that text, they should put K on that. K is a disgrace, but in that text, that'd be a sick t-shirt.
Oh yeah, that sweater's pretty cool. The Cardano is the future.
Yeah. If only you can customize the text.
Have you guys seen on the Meme Masters competition, they have a picture of Reese to customize, but Reese is actually genuinely wearing like a genie outfit. Like, I don't know if he actually purchased that for that competition. It just looked hilarious.
Let's have a look. Reese.
He's actually got like the hat as well. I was like,
oh yeah.
Send him the hat.
I don't know. I mean, that could be a Friday night outfit. You never know.
I have a question. Who's the, and maybe this is for you guys or for someone in the chat, but I guess who's the well-known, like, or the most successful Veve collectible flipper today? Whether it's like someone on YouTube, like I know Veve Flipper is obviously, he does some flipping, and I know Veve Vault does some flipping, but who's the most successful, or does it professionally at this level? And they don't have to be like a YouTube person, but just someone in the community.
The one that I really like quite recently is Chad from NFT Pirates, because I always say that NFT Pirates are kind of like one of my favorite guys to watch because they do something that's quite different. But also, I saw him buy the Platinum Moogly recently, and he said he managed to kind of flip his way up to the 10,000 gems that he needed to buy it. And
wow.
Oh no, sorry, not the Platinum Moogly. He bought the Golden Moogly. That's the one, the Toy Tokyo one. So I was quite impressed he managed to do that, because I'm not someone who flips. I kind of just buy one of each on the drop, even if I have to go to the secondary market, as I've had to do for the past few drops, just to complete the set, and then I'll just hold that set, and that's it. I don't really flip on the market, just because I don't have like the patience to sit there trying to scalp a few gems here and there and like follow the market. I'd rather just buy the drop on the drop day, buy it on the secondary market if I have to, and then just hold it for like however long, because I'm pretty like convinced that it will go up in value.
Awesome. Yeah, so I love Chad's content. I think he really knows his stuff. But I was curious. Yeah, so if he's actually actively flipping, then I actually want to do a video or have him stream with me, because I think we're about to get all these new users, right? And there's going to actually be people who make, a side gig out of this, or they're already doing it, right? So I think if more people understand how they can learn about flipping or actively, become one, then that might be beneficial, especially to the newer users. So Chad, if you're still in here, I want to have you on the channel, bro.
They're saying Ray Fixie.
But Ray Fixie just buys everything. He's not flipping. He's just like, oh yeah, I'll take 100 of these and 100 of these. And
I think so as well. Like literally, he just buys it, as opposed to literally like say someone who started with 5K, who's got like 15K. Do you know what I mean? I think that's probably more flipping in my terms.
Yeah, when you were talking about like the chance of manipulation on collectibles, I was like, well, like no one's really being able to manipulate it a ton yet, but Ray's able to actually, he's lifted the floor several times because he does have crazy amount of money and is able to just scoop up so much and then make that price move with him. So we do have already a little bit ability with manipulation with the collectibles, but as we get more, that might be drowned out.
Yeah.
You know what cracked me up is Ray did a little video saying, hey, he was talking about his broadband router, and you could see his house, and he has like the absolute like, what I envision some super like wealthy guy's house to look like if it was like a meme. And he's got like a big kind of crystal chandelier, and someone was like, hey, are you in a casino? And it's like, that's just my house. And like his bed is like solid. It looks like it's just made of gold. Like it's just absolutely like surreal to see. But he is
from royalty,
like,
right?
Yeah, it's crazy. But he's actually a really nice guy. Like if you actually spend time talking to him, and he's not someone who's buying to dump, because he could have done that many, many times. He's just someone who just loves collecting multiples. Like that's just what I've seen.
Oh yeah, I can see his photo. That bed is like full gold, bro. That's jokes.
Yeah, his bed is like made of gold, basically.
It's all made of gold mooglies.
So have you guys actually done the like talk about Comic-Con yet? If not, then I want to ask.
A little bit.
What do you think is coming? Is what I want to know.
Did you see the new drop for Saturday?
The email they sent out, right?
The Mondo posters. Yeah.
Mondo posters, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Friday confirmed, Saturday confirmed.
Morning though. Just the mornings.
Oh.
But aren't they? Yeah, wait, hold on a sec. Because from what I remember, aren't they doing like a lot?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they're going to do like, all right, here's now Sunday, 8 a.m. And then they're going to backtrack and go, all right, now here's maybe a 12 or a 4 or 6 p.m. or whatever it is, PT. So
I won't have enough gems for that.
I'm gonna say put out your guesses on how many drops there's gonna be. I'm gonna guess 6.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's gonna be at least 2 a day.
I think in
my guess will be 4. I think they'll do 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, and then Sunday they'll have 1 more bonus one, as that's like a really big one. That's my guess.
Y'all want to put some gems on this? Just kidding.
Bro, I
wager you 2 gems.
Dan's like, yeah, I've got so much now.
Yeah, I have money now to bet on for sure.
Yeah, you call it. I want to know if they're gonna do like when Goku.
I suspect they already have Shonen Jump, because Shonen Jump or Toei Animation, whichever one, they were always at the exact same licensing events as David Yu. And what I've noticed is their partners that they've announced so far were ones that were also at that same licensing event. So I believe it might have been either at these events where David Yu kind of made the relationship, or maybe later on. But I've just noticed that that's always been the case so far. So I think also Al Khan, he's the one who brought Shonen Jump to, well, like, licensing rights to Shonen Jump to the UK and US in terms of One Piece. So if he's done it before, I believe he should have the ability to do it again. That's just my thoughts on it.
to add to that, Viz Media will be at the event. They're an exhibitor, and Viz Media owns a ton, or has licensing for a ton of those animes and manga as well. And I've looked into, like, you know, who knows who. Alcon knows Viz Media very well, and it wouldn't be a far shot if David knows them too. So not to get any hopes up that anime is going to be announced at Comic-Con, but the likelihood that Viz Media is involved at some point in the licensing when the anime vertical is really announced is pretty high, because they have so many of them.
One Piece.
Luffy.
Yeah, got Luffy.
Yeah, I know that is, but I haven't read it or watched it. I really should. That's the only anime I haven't. It's just so far in now. It's like 1,000, man.
So you better buckle in. There's like 1,000 episodes now. I think Naruto has like 500 plus, and One Piece is one of like the longest running. It's crazy.
Naruto's only 500 on the Shippuden, but then you've got season 1 and 2. That's already a couple of hundred there. So I reckon that's probably 1,000 or so, or maybe under 1,000 or something like that. But anyway, there's a question for you, Taps. By the way, sorry. Question for Taps. Can we see Ecomi partnering with Playboy magazine in the future?
Oh, 100%. No, I'm kidding.
Directed at you. So there must be something.
Yeah, I don't. Why me? So I think there's going to be a big market for adult NFTs. I mean, there already are some different players in the, like, Cumrocket and NFTs and a bunch of other ones that are competing in it, but that's going to be their space, right? Like it's like that whole market will be really big because it's already a big market, but I don't think it's going to be for Veve, right? Because they want the mainstream. Like, it's kind of like Netflix. You can't get, you know, anything NSFW on Netflix, but it's meant for everybody, right? Yeah. So I think Veve is going to be more focused on the majority and not just producing as much money as possible, which this industry can. But then again, I mean, you never know, but I wouldn't say anytime soon.
Just on that point, that question was actually asked to David Yu on Instagram, and he did respond. So
really?
He said, yeah, he actually responded. So he said, we're not going to be doing that kind of entertainment. So the answer was basically no. But
I was just thinking, like, in terms of niche and things like that, like, it's not even the right market. Like, it's not even part of the same thing. And even if they were, it would make sense in terms of business perspective to create something different. Like, if they are going to go down that route, it'll be NFT adult entertainment, but like a separate one. It wouldn't be tied in with what's going on at the moment. It wouldn't make any sense.
I think it would dilute the brand a bit.
Correct. And at the end of the day, like, if you think about know your audience, right? Ultimately, a lot of the audience are, we've got like collectibles and NFTs that are for us and our age, but there's also much for the younger generation too, right? And you don't want to be having any sorts of those, and it like realistically is inappropriate. As much as we like it, it is inappropriate. And also, I agree with someone else's comment saying that I think they're holding back on the announcements on other drops, but that is just me, because I remember him saying there was going to be more, like multiple anime drops. So I'm very, very keen to see what will happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose it when we actually get like a Dragon Ball Z or a Naruto.
I'll call you first, Taps.
What's that?
I said I'll call you and I'll call all of you when they get a Naruto one, and we'll record the reaction, and we'll just be hyping. But if they do get Dragon Ball Z, Hadouken, Kamehameha, because they've already got the Hadouken with the Street Fighter, so it's pretty much the same animation that they could use.
You know, and I've actually been waiting to see, like, when are we going to get like Capcom, or like, we know we have it, right? Like, we've seen the Street Fighter has been announced very, very early on, but like, that's one that I think will do really well too. But they've been sandbagging us for months and months and months on purpose, right? Like, we get excited when we get like when we got Marvel, but I think Marvel is really not even going to be close to how excited we'll be when we see a bunch of other stuff that's in the bag.
I want Akuma.
I want Vega. I love Vega.
Yeah. Oh, what's the other guy? Right? Sonic Boom.
Did you cosplay as Vega?
I did, yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay,
that was pre-COVID before I put on my COVID-19.
They should do a Ecomi cosplay competition.
Yes.
Yes.
Because someone did say they were going to cosplay as David Yu. Was it you, Tap?
It was me. Yeah, that was during the AMA with Reese.
You need the hairline.
You need to do Reese, man.
Yeah, that's easy. Just put a wig on.
Kay, if we do our meetup, we gotta dress up as something. I'm gonna dress up as you. Put glasses, comb my hair one side, and wear a suit. And put DeLoreans all over me and eat KFC. Obviously.
Do you think someone's going to cosplay as David Rosen's mom?
Oh, I hope so.
That'll be good.
That's you. That's you, Daniel. To go for it.
Yeah, Daniel. I think if anyone,
You're already the cosplayer of the group, right? You do it on the
Yeah.
intros.
Oh, that's a good idea. I should just do David Rosen's mom.
Just start the intro and like have the wig and like I don't know, like whatever you do, and then like just start bad mouth or like you could have like you like dressed up in a normal wig, like being David Rosen, like talking crap about all the Veve
yes,
YouTubers, and then hop on as her, like scolding him.
that would be jokes. I'm looking for.
I'd have to buy a lot of stuff from the costume shop, but I think I could do it. That'd be funny. That'd be a good one.
I love how you consider that. I love that.
I just want to be there to hear the conversation with like be like with your wife, be like, hey babe, I need to borrow some of your clothes. It's for a video.
I'll tell you, someone said they're going to cosplay as Al Khan. I think that would be jokes.
Someone just donated to you, Dan. He says, I flip on eBay a lot and I'm having a blast on Veve. It's all instant, no waiting once they add MTO. I made this point, and this was something that Brock had kind of spoken about, and it made me think, and I kind of share the same thoughts, is MTO is going to be the biggest factor in terms of being a positive catalyst for OMI. So MTL, for those who aren't aware, is the money transmitter license. Is going to allow people to use fiat to buy NFTs and also to cash out as well. Because we open up, the kind of off-market trading all of a sudden becomes on-market because you no longer have to worry about cashing out. You can just do it via the app now. So that is then going to kind of encompass the burn that comes with that. But also it makes it more accessible to people who aren't in crypto. I know we've got gems and whatnot, but then people can't actually withdraw it. So that kind of puts them off. So I believe that MTL probably will be the biggest catalyst, more so than, Binance or Pokemon or anything else.
Kay, you're like a Rain Man for Ecomi and Veve. Like all the citations, all the AMAs, and it's amazing, man.
I'm happy you went that way with calling him Rain Man.
Yeah, the Rain. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like partly because I used to be a high school teacher. So you know how high school kids they always try and be clever and they try and catch you out. Like you have to kind of like back up what you're saying. Because I noticed that the generation of kids nowadays, they are partly more I would say idiotic, but in a way they are also partly very, very like well informed. I think that's because of the accessibility to information. Like when I was in high school, the internet was like AOL on 58 KB dial-up, and every time I logged in, all you would hear would be like, yeah. So they've got easy access to information, and because of that, they're always like trying to be smarter than the teacher or catch up the teacher. So I guess that kind of like trained me to like constantly citate everything I talk about and like really break it down into like segments of information. Just to make it like accessible to everyone.
Plus, we call you the Golden Boy, Kay.
Golden Boy. Yeah. Someone said, "Did you know Kay can talk underwater?" I didn't know that either.
You're Kay yourself. You didn't even know that. Someone also said this probably explains why Taps got that question asked, because they said you work at Playboy.
Oh, is that?
I don't know where this came from, but yeah, apparently.
Oh, so I mean, obviously, I don't work at Playboy, but that just jarred something in my head. How weird was that question on the AMA where that guy was asking for Reese's number to like send a dick pic?
Really?
Did you guys hear that?
Oh,
No,
I don't remember that.
Oh my god, he was so creepy. He like came on.
You know what? I think that guy, that guy who left a comment saying, the one with the freeway with me, Dan, and Al Khan, that guy. I think that was the same guy, because he said,
"Was it?
Hey, I'm the guy who like did the nude thing in the AMA." I was like, "Wait, it's the same guy."
That's and then like who was, I can't remember who, but I was like talking in the Discord, and he said once that Reese had hair of Supergirl and the lips of a Myrmicorno, and I lost it. Just like, what?
Wow.
Like, creepy, but hilarious.
I think it's funny.
Are you still eating?
Yeah.
What have you got?
This is a salad.
What did you get? What did you,
That's a
have you,
salad.
you get?
Looks like chicken.
What's up with your camera? Like your camera's picking up orange colors as like lava.
Oh, because basically I had it set to green screen and I had it pick up the color green, and because there's lettuce in here, like and I just forgot to turn the green screen off. So now it's like a green screen is covering my, like, it's bricks. Can you guys see? My lettuce has turned into bricks. I'm eating bricks.
Yeah, that's what he did earlier, Dan. You remember when he was trying to show off his chicks?
Yeah. It looked like his house was on fire. Yeah. Well, it's been like an hour and 45 minutes. Maybe we can wrap up real shortly. Do you guys have any closing thoughts, or does anyone?
What about the big announcement that we're going to do?
I said this
not
was
doing
going
the
to
big
be an 8
announcement?
out of 10 stream. I was really lowballing there. So
8 out of 10 is a low ball?
yeah,
Everyone came for the big announcement. Are we going to do the big announcement?
I mean, 150 people stayed for the big announcement. We better have one.
Should we announce it next stream?
Yeah, let's.
Actually, on that note, the next stream is on Taps. That's on your channel, right?
That's right. So are we doing that next week or 2 weeks away?
Do you want
we'll figure it out.
Do you actually want to wait? Because
we'll coordinate schedules, but yeah, the next one will be on mine, and I imagine we'll have a bunch to talk about with like how Comic-Con went, and I guess it kind of goes into closing thought too. But like there's going to be so much happening. Like, what's the next major catalyst after Comic-Con, right? We're looking for Mutable, we're looking for MTL, we're looking for all that to come. So I think there'll be a lot happening around there, and there'll be a whole bunch of new users, and they'll be like, all right, who are these jokers who are hopping on a stream?
Is it 27th? Because I remember basically Reese said they wanted to do something after the Comic-Con, so we could get something with Ecomi potentially for your stream, or it'll be for
Reese said that. He said he's going to try and suss out Dan as well, so we might be able to get Reese and Dan Crovers, which would be quite cool.
That'll be for
awesome.
That'll be for your one, I think. Taps potentially. It depends if we get it in time. If not, it'll be on K's one, either or. Because that's what I was going to ask. That's what I was going to say.
We could probably if they're both busy, we could also try Trevor, because Trevor is usually available around the times when we do these streams. Because I did my stream with him like around this time.
Yeah, I can do it. I don't mind. I'm easy. What else was I going to say? Crap. There was something I wanted to say to Kay. It doesn't matter. I forgot. It's lost my thought.
Is there going to be a special announcement with Gail's stream and like Wendy? Is there like something official associated with that?
What time is that at?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't know the time, but I know it's today. Or tonight.
Awesome.
What is it? Did they have an official announcement? That's good.
I thought there was a teaser associated with that. Something official.
I love that because that means, like I said ages ago, and that's what they're doing, right? Like they are working with more YouTubers and giving them more opportunities to be a part of, to create that content for them. Because we are creating content for them all the time. So I think that's really cool. If they're
going to be dropping the big announcement.
It looks like it's on Instagram. Hopefully we'll be discussing another awesome announcement from Veve.
Yeah, so I guess it's on Instagram. I didn't know you could stream stuff on Instagram, but I
didn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't aware either. Like people actually used it for streaming.
Yeah, let's do that. So for the October, we'll do the meetup. We'll plan something out. Okay, we'll have the office and all that. So we'll organize something. Maybe like the evening before the Comic-Con. That'll be good. Like a good get up, like a good kind of meetup we can do.
Yeah,
I think that'll be quite good. And then obviously we've got one more video with Taps and then one more video with Kay. And then I'm also going to do a like a massive YouTube one, but I've yet to kind of figure that out. So that will include everyone else as well. And Ecomi as well, including them and all the YouTubers.
That'll be like a battle royale of everyone.
Yeah. Do you actually, speaking of which, whilst we're live and the opportunity before we wrap up, do you guys have any ideas on what we could like? So the only thing I could think about it, we probably got about maybe like 10 to 15 content creators, plus Reese will be potentially Reese and Trevor or whoever is going to be available as well. That's like 17 people. I'm just thinking, how do you orchestrate that? I mean, if I ask one question and keep firing it to the next, but it has to be entertaining and everyone gets their time to shine. So I'm not really too sure how to fully go about it unless, I mean, does anyone, well, I guess this is the open question. Do you have any ideas?
Should do like an AMA style like they do currently with Discord or Clubhouse?
Yeah, I feel like something different would be better, but I don't know what. And I don't know how, because if you think about it, I don't have a problem with AMA. The AMA for, we can do that. That's not a problem, but I would like something a little bit different, because the AMA for like Discord, I guess, is a chance for people who have their concerns or want to know now, right? They can ask away. But because it's more, I guess, you can have both entertainment plus AMA. I was just thinking, what could it be? Like,
Is it going to be a stream, or what platform are we?
Yeah. It'll be a stream on YouTube, so all of you guys will be part of it. Plus, because
It's
this
hard
is
to.
Yeah, I know. Because I was thinking, like, we've done 4, right? I just wanted to see how this would go when there's 4 of us. This works quite well. But then once you start adding like 10 to 15 people,
you could do it on your TikTok, champ.
Right.
You could have like multiple hosts. I mean, but that's a lot of coordination, you know, like 1 or 2 content creators to like introduce something, and then maybe there's some questions, and then there's a couple other people introducing something. But it's when you have that many people, it's going to be difficult to organize. Very difficult.
I think the only thing I can think of that come to mind is we can do like certain activities. So
And also getting 17 of us together. I mean, a lot of us tune into each other's streams anyways, but getting 17 people at the same time is hard enough, you know.
A lot of time zones too.
Yeah, exactly.
So at the moment, I think I've got about like what's that, 9 to 10, I think, confirmed. So you got 4, Cabell, Zach, Jake. What else is there? Again, I've had some message requests as well, so I haven't even included those. There's some small channels.
We should get some females too. Get some female representation. I think that's
Orange.
good.
Is it Orange Lady?
Orange Bag Lady.
Sorry, Orange Bag Lady. Yeah, she reached out as well, so she's another one. I could ask that. Well, actually,
what about Claire too?
Claire, ask her for me, please, if possible. Actually, what I'll do is I'll do the same thing then. I'll limit it to 10 and then see how 10 plus Ecomi, and then see what goes on there. And then if anyone in the, we've got like people here, 150 people to have ideas, just let us know what we could potentially do. But I want to do it because I was thinking, why not? It's a whole community get together. It'd be funny. Right, that's enough for me. I'm gonna go finish off my bathroom.
Okay, guys, I guess we'll have another stream sometime next week, probably. So stay tuned. Thank you, Hello K, Wannabe Champ, Taps. Check out their channels on the comments or the summary kind of down below there. So
description
down below. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
See you guys. Have a good day.
See you next time.
Everyone.
Cock and balls. I hope you got that before it hung up. Did you hang the